Harry's House is the third studio album by English singer and songwriter Harry Styles, released on 20th of May 2022 by Columbia and Records. It was supported by the singles As It Was and Late Night Talking. The former debuted atop the UK and US charts, becoming Styles' second solo #1 song in both countries. Despite the album reportedly being leaked a month before its release, Harry's House showcased the best first week sales in Harry Styles' career. The album debuted at #1 on the UK album charts with 113,000 album equivalent units, becoming the fastest selling album of 2022 in the country.
Can I interrupt?
No.
Can I interrupt?
No.
What these days? What does sales mean? Yeah, they're not talking about CDs, are they? They're talking about downloads. What is this?
They're talking about album equivalent units. I've seen people say that the Black Keys talked about it, where if you sell a ticket and you give the album away for free with the ticket, that counts as an album sale. They do things like that.
Right. So, yeah. Right. So in that case, if you're a big touring band, then you're going to sell lots of albums, air quotes. Tickets.
Well, the problem is you make your money from touring, not from album sales these days. So if they're giving away tickets for free to get an album, they're not making any money anywhere. That's why Black Keys were freaking out over it.
Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful time to be a musician. Sorry, do go on. I just had to interject there. Just wanted to know what that meant. Needed some clarification.
He got 113,000 album equivalent units, which we can basically say is bullshit. And he became the fastest selling bullshit album of this year. It debuted at #1 on the US Billboard bullshit charts with 330,000 possibly legitimate album sales, making it the US largest opening week for the album in 2022. It was a giant bullshit success, Brad. It was amazing.
Yeah, he's a big deal.
2 hours after the album was released on Apple Music, Harry's House earned the most first-day streams for a pop album released this year, 22. Debuted at #1 in various other countries. It features John Mayer on lead guitar on Cinema and Daydreaming. Metacritic gave the album 83 based on 26 reviews, indicating universal acclaim. It's his highest rated album. And Alex Petriditis, sounds like a disease, of The Guardian wrote that the album ticks a lot of the right boxes and has abundant charm, which makes it a perfect reflection of the pop star who made it. Wow, he was sniffing right up Harry's ass there, wasn't he?
It might be a very clean, beautifully smelling ass for all we know, Daniel.
Perfumed, barely any freckles, maybe a few, probably a couple of miles.
Just a small wisp of hair. That's what I imagine anyway.
I think Harry would get electrolysis on his ass, or perhaps a good firm waxing.
Yeah, seems like he could afford electrolysis, right? It's all that One Direction money. Surely.
I think he's worth like 60 million. I saw on the internet, 60 million.
Good on him.
£1 million.
Good on him for continuing to work. He could just put his feet up at 29 or whatever the hell he is and live a life of excess until he passes. But he's choosing to share his gift with the world. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, pleasure us with his beautiful music, his charm, his angel-like voice. The man's a giver.
I'm agreeing with everything you're saying so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, did you manage to... How long's this album? 13 sons.
You know what?
41 minutes. Only 41 minutes.
Yeah.
41 hours.
Peek behind the curtain. We generally take a week to use osmosis. I don't know, to soak up each record and subsequent film, right? So you get repeat viewings, repeat listenings, generally, before we come to an episode. Now, spending a week with Harry was, I'm going to have to say it, a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. I wouldn't call myself a complete convert to the Harry camp, but the motherfucker's got some catchy tunes. He can sing. He's got talent. Just putting it out there, Dan. Just putting it out there.
Put it out there. You're putting it out there. You put it down, and I've picked it up.
My introduction to one young Harry Styles, like everybody else, was through the shit show that is American Idol and the creation of One Direction. Complete crap, in my opinion. Just my opinion, but it's my podcast. So,
what are you talking about? The show itself is crap.
Both the show and the band, right? One Direction, teeny pop. I guess it had its place. Sold squigillions, obviously. Had lots of hit songs. Selling squigillions of actual units, maybe. They still had CDs back then, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whenever that was. But then, they fade to obscurity like every boy pop band generally does. But then always one
member. Went out on top. They went out on top. They didn't fade to Zayn. He quit apparently mid tour. He said, "That's it, fuck it. I'd rather do something else."
He's out.
And,
all right.
Yeah.
Did he try and do a solo album? I bet he did. That's what happened. You get take That's or your Westlifes or your In Syncs. There's always the two main guys, right, out of the 4 or 5 that everybody thinks, they're going to make it. Whether it's the Justin Timberlake, who, hey, he went places. Your Ronan Keatings of the world. One of them always.
Apparently it was Harry floated the idea of breaking up a year earlier. It didn't happen. And then, I don't know, for a year later, finally mid-tour, Zayn went, I'm done. And Harry's the one who's gone on to success.
Absolutely.
I imagine they all tried something. They all tried a little something.
Look, I being an older gentleman, I write off all this teen stuff and a lot of young hip music a day. You don't bother giving it a listen. Now, through the wonder of YouTube, my introduction to solo Harry Styles that made me actually go, fuck, he does have some kind of talent. But he was on the Howard Stern show. Anybody can YouTube this. He does a version of Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. Have you enjoyed that, Dan?
It's great. It's very great.
It's fantastic. It's legit awesome, right? And I
actually remember you came around one night and we were YouTubing music one night and I said, let's put on Harry Styles for a joke. And we put it on. I don't know what the song was called, but Harry was playing guitar and it was magical. And we all shut up and said, this guy's actually kind of talented.
Yeah, that's not fair. It's nice. Harry has the power to entertain. I'll put it that way. And so the Sledgehammer was good. And then he put out, I think, the album before this one. My kids and us in the household listened to, Watermelon Sugar, and a couple of other songs off that other album. And so, I was aware of Harry.
Sounds
and his
like you're
ability.
a long-term fan here, Brad.
Well,
you're pretending that you're not.
Longish by a couple of months. I don't know if fan's the right word, but I'm aware of his talent. So with my choosing of this one, I hadn't heard it. I tell you, there's some songs on there that easily on repeat and have earwormed their way into my subconscious, which I don't really enjoy admitting it, Dan. As it was is superbly catchy. It's just as it was. So catchy. And then Daylight as well. It's another cracker track, right? Now, it kind of hurts my musical soul to admit it, but I think I enjoyed this one. Not all of it. Not all of it.
Not all of it.
Not all of it. No.
I was pleasantly surprised myself, but I get to song 5 and I'm kind of done, to be honest.
Hey, look, I'm looking at my notes in front of me. I had the same thing. I had tracks 1 to 5, and then you kind of, okay, I've had enough of that piece of pie. Give me something else. Yeah.
I didn't like Boyfriends. To me, this is something I can't really point a finger at and say it's terrible. It's bad. The songs are awful.
The song Boyfriends?
Great, but it goes on and it's a bit repetitive for me. Boyfriends, I did not like at all. That's the dumb song.
Yeah. It sounds like it should be recorded by a country female harmonies band. But,
don't
know,
like anything about it.
They're singing it well, I suppose. They got good harmonies, but yeah, it didn't fit, I suppose. So can we take a moment to talk about not Harry, but about female musicians? Can we do that? Could you bear with me for a minute? For the girls, female musos. This band, Harry's band, has a female drummer, right? Now, yeah. I'm going to say female. We assume, yeah. No,
you haven't.
But
have you?
As a child of the 80s, I'm allowed to look at someone and say, I reckon that's female, without having met her or done anything like that, right?
That's how we used to do it.
It is.
Yeah.
Back in my day. Yeah.
Before we knew better. We just assumed.
No, before we were told we knew better. You know?
For younger listeners, basically 3 years ago, everybody was a Nazi. And that was just normal behavior. Please continue.
Female musicians. And this chick on the drums is outstanding. Right? You watch that Sledgehammer video, you watch any live footage of this album, she's got it, man. Chick can play. And yeah, I think of your Meg Whites of the world or whatever, but I think if we had to select a portion of female musicians, right? Each, you get your main 4 instruments, right? Your singers, bass players, drummers, guitarists.
There's
female drummers
in the band, though, isn't there? Like,
absolutely. I think his whole band's
player and all that.
Yeah, but that's besides my point. The point I'm trying to make here, and I'm laying down a challenge to you, right? I think female drummers are the hottest of all the female musicians. Does that make sense? So, examples. This drummer, don't know her name. I'm a complete sexist male, just watching videos and going, yes, she's attractive to my eyes. The drummer from The Cause. Do you remember The Cause? The Irish
she
band?
was the hot one. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were all hot, but that was the hot one.
The hottest, yeah. So I think the ability to be hot and play drums, you've beaten the game.
The brother was always a disappointment.
In The Cause,
they have a 4th hot chick in the band.
That's probably what their parents thought too, I suppose.
Yeah. Instead of selling 80 million records, maybe they would have sold 82.
Absolutely.
4th hot one.
Was he hot for the ladies? Did they need to bring something for the other side?
No. No one cares.
No? I guess. Poor guy. Wonder where he is now.
I think he wrote the songs, but fuck him.
Speaking of writing songs, does Harry write any of these things? Is he just
he's written, I don't know if he wrote all of them, but he's written songs for other people as well and had hits. And
wow.
Apparently, I was reading. Yeah.
And look, he must be in his late 20s, so he's at his peak, according to the 27 Club, right? So he shouldn't get any better than he does now. But I feel like 2 albums from now, he's going to put out something that I might actually be able to listen all the way through over and over again without being told to. I reckon he's going to get to the phase where he's going to have it's going to sound like a live band recording, and it's going to be more rock. He's going to get there, I reckon, in his late 30s.
Who knows? But I think the problem I had with his album is every song's, like, the longest song here is 4 minutes and 8 seconds, I think. Nothing deviates greatly. It's all kind of the same thing over and over again. And if you're into it, you're into it. But
it's all about girls. It's all, it's all very boy-girl love thing, every song. That's what I felt listening to it. If he'd gone lyrically somewhere else, the melodies are pretty sweet, but there's just too many songs like Love of My Life and, like I love you, you love me. Give me something else, Harry, give me something deeper.
We're getting divorced. She took my car and my dog.
Yeah. Or just get psychedelic on it. None of it needs to make sense if it's catchy.
He needs a song called Bitches Be Crazy.
Oh, with Snoop in the bridge.
He needs to hook up with Amber Heard. I want to hear the album after Amber Heard. That's the album I want to hear.
Yeah.
She shattered my bed.
Blamed it on the dog.
Finger.
Wow.
Cut off my finger.
Topical.
Wrote an article in the newspapers.
Absolutely topical. So when you chucked this on and hit play and music for a sushi restaurant came on, how'd you feel? And do you think it set the tone for the album?
Yep. Set the tone, and everything's great and it rocks along. I kind of felt the songs were short. I'm like, this could have gone on longer. But then it's just runs out of steam for me. But then nothing's bad. I can't say, like, if the songs were shuffled, I probably would have said the first 5 songs, and then it gets boring. The shuffle the entire set list again. I could have said the first 5 songs, and then it gets boring.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I guess it's created for the 5-song attention span, isn't it? Like that's what people have now. You got the ride to work. You've got, just a workout at the gym, 5 songs, 4 minutes a piece. There's your 20-minute workout. Cool, I'm going back about my day. That's kind of what it feels like. There was nothing that, it reminded me a lot of Blur, right? Another great 90s band that were amazing at doing singles. Their singles are always superb. And then they were the easy highlights of the album. It was just like a lot of, I wouldn't call it filler, but more of the same or subpar the same to make up an album. So that's what I'm feeling about Harry as well.
And then you got the shit filling in the middle, and we call it an album.
Yeah, because all you're doing now, you're not selling the album, you're just going for streams, I suppose.
I was watching a guy speak about this the other night. And apparently short songs equal more streams equals more money that comes to you. So a long song pays as much as the short song.
Yeah.
Music is kind of changing back to the
3-minute
pop song.
It is, in and out. I don't know whether we're going to have verse, chorus, done. No time for bridges. And then people will just want to repeat the choruses as fast as they can.
You got capable musicians here, but you're not going to get a guitar solo. You're not going to get a bass solo. You're not going to get a drum solo.
This I have to admit, it was kind of groovy. Like, it's all groove based. It's superbly produced. I thought for what it is, all the sounds are real clear, and his vocals are great. And most of the songs, I think, is an actual drummer just produced to sound a bit more techy, but it's it's well made. There's obviously money been spent. Harry's, the king of the world at the moment, I suppose.
Well, this is top tier pop star stuff.
Yeah.
He's doing it with the pros, isn't he? He's not. Harry ain't playing no shit.
Harry ain't playing no shit. Yeah. He's wearing pearls. He is wearing pearls, but he ain't.
He's He's wearing Marge Simpson necklaces. And every time I see him, it's a different color, but it's Marge Simpson.
Yeah. To be fair, though, he's kind of pulling it off, his look. It's unique-ish, but reminds me a lot of a mix of your guy, Bowie, and Scott Weiland, STP. It's kind of the vibe he's giving me at the moment, which is nothing wrong with that, you know, that androgynous fashion. It's working. It's working.
Carrying handbags and wearing lady dresses. He's wearing like nana pants, like from the
it is. It's sort of 1950s, not housewife, but lady about town. But if he's pulling it off, and he's probably getting more minge than you or I will ever see in our lifetime.
Well, he's banging Olivia Wilde, the actress from
There you
Tron.
go. Whew, that's top tier right there. So if I got to wear some pearls and carry a handbag, then so be it. Harry, how dare you?
The girls don't seem to mind a dude wearing a handbag.
No.
And carrying pearls. Women are very indiscriminate in that regard.
Is it still referred to as a merce? A man purse? Should be.
It's, if it's a handbag made for man, it's a man bag. If it's just a lady's purse, it's still a lady's purse.
Yeah. Satchel.
I'm going to call it a snatch. He's got a snatch.
Yeah, he's got a snatch.
With him. Yeah, Harry's snatch. That's the next
Harry's snatch. Yeah. Don't get caught in the rain.
I was noticing with the reviews were overwhelmingly positive, and if I'm going to be cynical, if I'm going to be extremely cynical, is this kind of a he's cross-dressing and now you can't criticize at all?
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
in the current.
No, I don't think. I think he's going for. It's unique, but it's also on point because it's topical. It's trendy to be different at the moment. Carefully choosing my words, but who cares if he wants to do his thing? Do his thing.
Well, I'm not saying
rock out with your cock out, Harry.
Every album we've reviewed, there's always someone who says, "Oh, this is great," and someone who says, "This is the worst fucking thing I've ever heard. What are we doing here?" This is the first one where I've read on Metacritic universal acclaim and nobody's disagreeing.
Well, probably because it's only
here saying I get 5 songs into this and I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
What's happening?
There's probably still a version of Paola going around, Like this is a fairly recent album, so it hasn't had time for, the reality to settle in yet. Maybe we're here to tell the truth to the people.
Yeah, but generally, albums come out, people go, "This is bullshit," and then 10 years later, they're like, "It grew on us."
Oh, yeah, sure.
Now, this is not universal acclaim.
Yeah, I don't think this is a grower. I think this is, like you said, it's fast food music. It's instant, catchy, and forgettable is not the right word. The album as a whole, I don't think I'll go back to, but a couple of songs off it, they'll be on repeat, in the random mixes of Spotify for another few months, I suppose, and then the next catchy thing will come along. That'll be it.
When I was a younger gentleman, I was talking to an older gentleman that was a music expert. You might
just a couple of heterosexual gentlemen sharing a conversation.
Nothing wrong.
Do go on, sir.
Anyway,
were you at the park?
We were talking about boy bands, and I said, I had a girlfriend who was listening to this stuff, and I said, there's nothing really wrong with it, is there? And he said, yeah, it's inoffensive. It's, there's nothing to put you out of it, but then that's because there's nothing dangerous. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how I think I'm thinking of that now, listening to this. There's nothing dangerous. There's nothing where you go, whoa, where's it going now?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
It's just
here?
there. Yeah.
And you can have wild successes with that, and you can have monstrous failures, but that's part of trying to accomplish something great. And
I guess when you're as big as Harry, it's just got to be catchy and performed well. It doesn't, it's just sugar, right?
It's kind of like you can dance to it, but you're not going to rage to it. It's not like dance music where you.
No.
It's quite background. It's inoffensive. Your nana will like it. Your dog might not get worried by it. It's inoffensive.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I guess yours might be similar to mine, but
well,
are you skipping any songs
Spotify
here?
Plays?
Yeah.
Do that. What's the big hit on this one?
Oh, As It Was, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's 636 million listens already, and it's been out 7.5 minutes, I guess.
Phew. Getting it done.
636 million listens. That's ginormous for it just came out.
Yeah.
That's like Into Sandman is like 700 million. And it's been out for fucking billion years.
Yeah, it's a dinosaur.
Yeah. What else we got? Nothing even close.
Yeah, that's been the main one, the main single, the video. I think Daylight's just had a video come out, but it's easily the best song on the record too.
Late Night Talking is an 85 million, and then the rest is 50s, 40s.
Yeah.
So we got a clear hit at the moment, but I guess that was the single. So was Late Night Talking, though, wasn't it? That's what I said.
Yeah, you did say that, but it's not a song that sort of grabbed me on the listen. No, it was one of the first 5, but not on high repeat, I don't think. Yeah.
So what are you doing? You're doing skippability now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like for me, I can put it on. I can much like other episodes, you can put this on and everything's kind of samey, right? With a few peaks and then the rest is kind of plateaued. But if you put it on, as you said, it's not offensive. So it's just there. And if you're doing something else, you're not going to be forced to skip it. But as we do when researching for this wonderful show, you sit there and you actually listen to an album at least a couple of times. For me, I could easily listen from track 1 to 5. So Music for a Sushi Restaurant, Late Night Talking, Grape Juice was but again, not too offensive that you want to skip it. As It Was, easy win. Daylight, I actually really enjoy. After that, I'm fucking out. To be fair, I could skip everything from there onwards and feel like I'd still had a good dose of Harry. And then I'd probably go and, if I wanted more Harry, I'd just go to the best of kind of thing, go to some Spotify playlist and get Watermelon Sugar and all his other sweet songs. He had some other good ones. Anyway, that's me. So, I'd give it a 5 out of whatever it is, 10 with regards to skippability.
Oh, this is that inoffensiveness. You're giving it a 5 and it's all kind of throwaway and blah.
Oh, well, I didn't rate the album. I said I'd.
We're rating albums here, Brad. We're rating albums as well.
Well, not yet. I thought we were just talking about our skippability.
Oh, okay.
Skippability. So I'm listen to 5, skipping the rest.
The first 5 and then skipping the rest.
Yeah.
I'm deleting Boyfriends. That's full of shit.
Oh, sure.
He was playing that up, and I saw him on the YouTube television, playing that song acoustically, like people should like it or something. But fuck,
like it was Nirvana Unplugged.
And the rest is interchangeable, I think.
Right.
As It Was is probably a clear winner, maybe. I enjoyed. Yeah, like I say, the first 5 songs, I think, done. I think we agree.
Yeah.
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 So, okay, what are we up to now? We're going to rate this thing. Oh, everyone's hanging out in anticipation.
I guess we are.
Like,
People want to know, should they even listen to this? You know, like if you're not one of the 600 million that have already streamed this thing, do you waste your time typing in Harry's house into Spotify?
Do you just type in as it was, get the good stuff and get out?
Hey, just go Harry Styles, listen to the top few songs that it gives you, and then move along. Keep moving on, little doggy. Look, for me, yeah, I don't want to rate it too.
You got the hits, and the rest isn't worth scratching the surface.
Wait for Harry's greatest hits. Yeah.
It's called a playlist now.
It's a tough one to rate because we've stepped out of our comfort zone here, folks. We've picked an album that neither of us would intentionally pick up under normal circumstances. But we found ourselves being just unoffended by it. I think definitely me. Like I could put it on and listen to it. Did I enjoy it? Yes, some of it. Did I despise it? Also, some of it.
Put it on in the background and you won't even know it's there.
No, that's right. That's right.
You won't be offended.
Look,
you won't be excited. It's like being on morphine.
Yeah, middle of the road. Look, I'm gonna give it a manly. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it 5 pearl necklaces.
You know what a pearl necklace is? There's another meaning.
Never. That's not like things we say on this show.
Well,
kept
that's
it pretty
the most
clean for Harry.
Thing we've ever said.
Yeah, but there, see, it's just this episode's a lot like the album we're reviewing. Not really that offensive. Don't check out our other episodes.
I kind of say delete boyfriends and then put it on random, and the first 5 songs you'll be out.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I giving? I got 5 out of 13. So I have to give it a 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna give it 4 handbags out of 10.
4 Mercers. Excellent.
I got 4 snatches out of 10 on this one.
Perfect. You got 4 snatches with 5 pearl necklaces.
That's a perfect rating system. If we outdone ourselves on that one.
Absolutely. On that note, that's where the episode should stop.
God bless your hearts.
Mm-hmm. Good day.